should be played at high volume. This should be played at high volume. This should be played at high volume. Preferably in a residential area.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you. Voted as best local podcast in Tampa Bay by the Creative Loafing. You're listening to Hoppe Hour.
Well, Miguel, how do your levels look, dude?
I'm always really loud, so you
Yeah,
probably want to turn me up.
Dude, you are always turned up. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what I do. I am turned. Wait, can we cuss in this?
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, so we're turned the fuck up. Oh, that's great. I love it.
How are you, Miguel? Because you are live right now. The one and only Miguel Fuller from the Miguel Show on Hot 101.5. He's back on Hoppe Hour a half a year later. What's up, dude?
I'm great. I'm a little perturbed you're holding me from Taco Tuesday, but because this is Ryan Hoppe, who was voted the best podcast in Tampa Bay.
Don't flatter me. Yes.
Oh, excuse me. I've been here. I'm on a radio. I'm on a 100,000-watt radio station Monday through Friday. I win nothing from Creative Loafing, and then you come into Tampa Bay.
I was
and walk
here
away.
for just 3 months at that point.
Oh, 3 months. Excuse me. 3 months, and you walk away as the best podcast.
Were you a bit like very much of being jealous of me at all, or not really?
You know what? Actually, no. I was very proud of you because I've seen you at Morning Show Boot Camp. I've seen how you have sort of stuck to your guns, and you've had some failures, and now you're on a good streak, and I'm proud of you for doing that.
Well, the bad part of last year was being exploited and made fun of, but down here, if you're teased on air, you're not putting pubic hair in your face, so that's a plus, Miguel.
Wait, there was pubic hair put in your face?
Yeah.
That's
the type of entertainment that Cleveland makes.
Wow.
That and catfishing the intern. So,
oh, wow.
Riveting radio.
Oh, my
it's
gosh.
1994.
Well, you'll have to talk to my co-host, Holly O'Connor, about Cleveland radio because she's from Cleveland.
We've had discussions about it.
Oh, have you? Okay. So did she listen to that show that you were on?
I think she's heard of them, yes.
Okay.
Because she messaged me when I got hired by them in November of 2014 because I almost got to network with you guys at the boot camp. I saw you. I think we talked to each other for like a split second with somebody else from the boot camp, but we didn't really talk, and I'm disappointed.
That's all right, but now we work together. Now we're coworkers, and clearly you are eclipsing me in Tampa Bay, but that's fine.
No, but you're the one and only Miguel Fuller, dude. You're a legend, man.
I'm not.
You're doing a morning show. I'm doing a little measly podcast in the off hours of the Cox Media Building. You should be proud of yourself.
You know what? I will say that's one of the little things that I tell kids when I go talk to schools is that, I mean, when I was in elementary school, I stuttered horribly. And so when I said that I wanted to be an actor and a talk show host, and also I wanted to be a figure skater, gay.
It is pretty gay.
Yeah, really gay. And it was like, how can this kid that can't string a sentence together gonna be on the radio?
I was the same way. No one believed in me.
Yeah, but you have to believe in yourself, and you have to keep working and push the naysayers aside, and then you get to be the Miguel Show on Hot 101.5 Tampa Bay.
Did your mom believe in you? Because she was the one person who did for me. Everyone else didn't think I had a chan. Get it? Because I had a speech impediment back in the day. Do you get what I did there, Miguel?
I got it.
Did your mom believe in you?
Oh, of course. My mom, on the same bench, she was also really realistic because I also I wanted to be 4 things when I was younger. I wanted to be a singer, a talk show host, an ice skater, and I think a firefighter.
Wow, you're a jack of all trades, dude.
I do, which sort of describes how the rest of my life. I like doing a lot of things.
You're pretty good at putting the fire out.
Well, I try to in the bedroom as well.
That's where I was going.
Exactly. And so, but my mom was like, hey, you can do all those things. You just can't be a singer. She goes, I love you, baby. You are great, but you cannot sing. Like,
did you ever want to sing?
I did. When I was younger, I tried so hard. I was in chorus. I was in the choir at church. I tried so hard, but it sucked. It was horrible, and I couldn't, even now, I couldn't keep a tune, and I couldn't remember lyrics to songs either.
You don't seem like you would have the voice for singing. You got kind of a deep, gay, southern voice, and I don't really think that equates to singing.
A gay, deep Southern voice. Can you imitate my voice? I'm really curious on what you think.
Can
it
you
sounds
imitate my voice? I'm kind of curious.
Is that what you think my voice sounds
Is
like?
that what you think my voice sounds like? How does I sound, Daniel? His boyfriend's here. How's it going, Daniel?
It's going well.
I'm Miguel from Hot 101.5.
So is that what you think my morning show sounds like? Do I sound like that?
You actually sound different on air. You sound less gay on air than in real life. I feel like once the mic's off, then you're more flamboyant. Kind of like how Nick Cannon is all professional on America's Got Talent. But I was listening to Howard this week, and he says that when the mics are off, he's like, yo, what up? And he's wearing his hat back. I feel like you hold it back a little bit on air. Do you think so?
I think with my personality, I'm very much a chameleon. So there's a time and
Is
a
that
place.
like a gay term that I'm not aware of?
Yes, it is a drag queen, actually. That's another term for it. No, actually, a chameleon is a person that adapts to whatever space they're around.
Yeah.
And so for me, if I'm with my gay friends and we're all throwing shade at each other,
Let's party!
is that what you think gay people do? Then we all sit around and we're like, let's party, girl!
I have no idea. I feel like me and you need to get turned up sometime, and we go to a bar where it's not all gay, but it's sort of like hetero at the same time. So
Why not? I think you should go to an all-gay bar. Have you been to a gay bar before?
No, I have not.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, I feel a bit coming on. I think you need to go to a gay bar. Have you been hit on by a gay person before?
I don't know if I've been hit on by a gay person before. I think they checked me out because they're like, Jesus Christ. What is the term for a goofball? What's the gay term that you said to me?
A goofball?
You said for a nerdy guy. What was the term, the gay term?
A gay term for a nerdy guy. I mean, you have like your basic terms like a twink, a bear, an otter.
I think I'm a twink.
No, you're not a twink. You are not a twink. You would think, what would you say, Daniel? Like a...
Yeah, what do you think, Daniel? What am I?
Well, he's very smooth.
Here, come over here to the microphone. This is my boyfriend, Daniel. What do you think he is?
Well, he's very smooth. So, I mean, a twunk.
I like that.
Combination of a twink and a hunk.
What do you think of my new haircut? Do you think it's gorgeous?
Am I going to be the first gay guy to ever hit on you?
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
How's it going, bro?
What up? Sup?
Sup, homie? How's it going, dude?
I mean, it could be better. It could be harder.
What happened with your day? You seem a little bit anxious, man. What happened?
Well, I just love the Hillsborough County School District so much.
Yeah.
What happened at school? Were the kids being bitches?
They were,
Well, you wouldn't
Not
describe them as
appropriate.
bitches.
but I don't know that was the correct term. They were not on their P's and Q's.
What did you do to take control of the room? Were you like, listen, boys, behave?
Hold on. Is that what do you think that gay people walk around in a sing-songy voice like it's a musical all the time? Like we're just perpetually, like when Daniel and I are at home, we're just basically in a musical all the time?
I feel like, what's for dinner?
That's actually how our sex is. We're singing the whole time.
With show tunes in the background.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
How did you two meet each other? You're a very cute couple. I
Thank
feel
you.
like Miguel is the man and you're more of the like feminine.
Okay, hold on. Let me correct you there. All right. Not all gay couples. Well, you know what? This is actually really great. I'm glad you asked that question because I feel like as straight people, it's gay relationships are very clouded in mystery and you don't know. There is not a male. There is not a female.
There's not?
No, we are
Okay.
both men. We both have penis. We both have cocks. I can say that.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Cock jock.
Yeah, and Cox Media, exactly.
Ooh, wow.
We both have penises. There's not one person that's a male, they're female. I think in every different situation, one person will take control, and that doesn't necessarily mean in the bedroom. That's just with anything. Like if it's
Who does that, you or him? Who takes control?
who takes control? It's a partnership. It's a
Who's the
50-50.
bad boy?
Who's the bad boy? Daniel, who's the bad boy?
All I have to say is that Miguel washes the laundry and he does the dishes.
Oh, so you basically,
To put that out there.
Miguel's whipped, basically.
He does the housework.
Well, every person has their strengths and their weaknesses, and I have a proclivity to like to keep things nice and tidy.
You seem like it.
Tidy, and so when it comes to the house, I like to wash the dishes and do the laundry and make sure everything's
Is he
organized.
a bit messy at all? Like, does he drive you crazy when he doesn't clean up? Maybe.
Who? Oh, me when Daniel does it. I mean, we don't live together, so when I go to his house, some things are a little bit. You know what? Actually, no. Everything's fine. He has a lot of laundry that's built up.
I feel
a
like
little
that
bit
would
much
like
for me.
make you mad. You're like, come on, dude, move this. Do you get really picky when you go to his house?
No, not at all. Because I mean, it's not my place, and so it stresses me out because he has probably like 6 or 7 loads of laundry just sitting in his house, and like that's a bit much for me.
Well, you guys have to look good. Of course, you'd have a lot of clothes, man. You guys got to be on top of your game.
Well, he does. I don't. I wear the same 6 shirts all the time. Like, I don't have a lot of stuff. So it's easy for me to do laundry because I have to.
How did you guys meet? CrossFit, gay bar, Tinder?
Where do you think we met?
I think you
in
met.
a bathhouse on Craigslist? Back pages?
You went to the Flamingo Club on the south side of St. Pete.
Okay.
You know where that is?
Yes, I do. We've been there before.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, and what? Like, can you? I'm actually really curious. Describe how you think we met. If this was at the Flamingo, who approached who first?
I think you approached him because you liked his hair and how gorgeous his eyes are, and you're like, "What's your name, handsome?" And he's like, "I'm Daniel. What's yours?" And you're like, "I'm Miguel from How 1015 in Tampa Bay on the radio. I host the Miguel Show with Holly and Nervous Jared."
Do you think I throw out the radio card all the time?
I think when he says, "What do you do for a living?" you go, "You know How 1015? And he goes, "Yeah." And you go, "Yeah, I'm Miguel." And he goes, "Wow, I'm with a badass. I'm with a celebrity."
What a badass.
And that probably turns him on, too. You're like, "I'm with a celebrity. Oh, my God." And Miguel's like, "Oh, shucks. Don't worry."
Daniel?
Well, it's really funny you say that because I'm not going to plug another radio station, but when we first met, I had no idea who he was, and he was actually really mad at me for like the first 2 weeks of our relationship.
Wow, look at
because
you,
I
Mr.
was
Ego.
listening to another radio station, and I was like, I don't even listen to you in the morning. And I was like, I really don't feel like changing my station because I like my drive to work. So I have since changed. And he has brought me on board.
You've gone to the bright side. You left the dark side.
He does not brag about what it is that he does. He's very humble. I will say that.
Yeah,
You did say the last time you were on that your mom is the one that name drops all the time.
Oh, yes, my mom does. If she's around, she will tell any and everyone who I am, what I do, and like it's something important. And I'm like, no, it definitely is not. But actually, you were incorrect. We did not meet at the Flamingo. We met on Tinder, actually.
That's how I met the girl that I've been hanging out with lately.
I saw that. I saw on your Snapchat that old Ryan Hoppe has been hanging out with some girl. Have y'all done it yet?
So where did you guys meet?
I will let you get away with that for now, but please believe I will come back to that. So we met on Tinder. We chatted for like a week. And then we went to the Green Lemon in Soho.
That sounds really gay.
What do you think the Green Lemon is? Did you
like
think
we were in the bathroom at the Green Lemon, like, "Hey, girl, let's just go under the salty." Like, it's the Green Lemon. What are you doing gay at the Green Lemon?
It just sounds gay. Like, let's go to the Green Lemon and get a few drinks.
Well, that's just my accent. The Green Lemon.
I'm just kidding around. I don't know. It just sounds gay. It sounds like a gay juice bar.
It's not.
Where all the muscleheads hang out
It's
that
a
are gay.
Mexican restaurant.
Oh. I could not be more wrong, Miguel.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, no, not really. So we met at the Green Lemon, and we had drinks and dinner. Or actually, we just had chips and dip, and then we went to. Then it turned gay. So then we went to the gay bars, and we chatted, drank some more, hung out, and danced.
Now, what's it like? What did you see in him where you're like, "Oh my God, I need to go out with him"? Like, what drew you in, Miguel?
Ooh, I'm excited to hear this.
Oh, good question, Ryan Hoppe, best podcaster in Tampa Bay.
Don't boost my ego.
What do you mean, like on Tinder or during the first date?
during the first day when you're looking them in the eyes and you're eating the chips and there's salsa on your lips and you're wiping it off, what drew you in about Daniel? Was it his eyes, his personality, his package?
It was the queso dripping down his lip, and I was like, oh, my God, that's so sexy. No, actually, it was the way the conversation flowed, and it just felt like a natural, like there were no awkward pauses. There was, because sometimes when I go on dates, it can seem like I'm interviewing someone. And
that's how I feel, too, because
yes.
we're in radio. It's natural.
Exactly, and so it's sort of like an awkward me sort of going down a list of questions.
I know what you mean.
And so, but it wasn't that. It was us sharing stories. We both have similar backgrounds with our families, and we both sort of have this drive in our professional careers. And just when he first walked into the door, because his pictures were really cute, and he kept saying, well, let me tell you something. What you see, it's like Photoshop, or not Photoshop, you said filters. You said I'm heavily filtered on Instagram and whatnot, so just don't get crazy. And I remember, I don't think I've told you this, I was at the bar and I was holding my drink waiting for him, and then he texted me and said, I'm here. And when I turned around and looked towards the door, here's this short, cute white kid, and he just had this beautiful sparkle in his eye, and I was like, oh, Lord, I'm smitten already.
It was the glitter.
It was
You know who you look like? Dave Franco. Oh, my God. Does he look like Dave Franco?
Oh, you know what? I've never thought about that before. You do.
I just feel like if you're going to keep flattering me, we're going to have to talk about, like, opening up a relationship. Like, we're going to have to talk about, like, possibilities because...
I don't roll that way, but I
I'm
respect
feeling
it.
kind of way.
Ryan Hoppe, are you ready to be in the middle of us? Do you want to be the top or the bottom? Or
Like
do
a
you want
reverse Oreo.
Yeah, do you want to be doubly penetrated, or what do you want here? What do you,
Oh, my God. I'm not Are you into DPs?
what do you, I'm saying, what are you into? Do you want to be
I'm
doubly
into
penetrated?
vagina.
I'm just saying, you've never tried it before, so you don't know.
I do know. It's just not for me. I'll be honest. How do I say this without being a shock jock?
You're not being a shock jock if you're just being honest.
I can't imagine anything going in my ass. It's just, it sounds horrible. Oh, my God.
Okay, I will tell you this, is that, and I've talked to many straight guys about this, just because you having butt sex does not make you gay. Being gay is about who you feel comfort and love with.
I know. I'm just saying that's what gay people do to have sex, though.
Not all of them. I have friends that do not like butt sex, who do not. I have a friend in Atlanta who, like, that's the hardest part of him dating, is that he does not like
So then,
butt
what is
sex.
it, sword fighting?
Blowjobs and hand jobs.
That's bland.
No, it's not. I mean, you can still make that exciting. I mean, listen, I don't ask him that many questions. Huh?
Who doesn't love a blowjob?
Well, he said they're bland.
Well, I mean, that's not like you're...
That's because he's getting them from girls.
Valid. You've never had a blowjob from a man before. That's a totally different thing.
No, it's not. Have you had a
Yes, it
blowjob
is.
from a girl?
I have not.
So then you don't know.
Okay, yes, I do, because I've given tips to girls, because she was like, well, I don't know how to, I don't want to get too crazy, but they're like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that, and I'm like, girl, do these 3 things, and then the next day they're like, oh.
You know what's amazing, though? I'm really good at going down on a girl. I'm amazing. Every time I've done it, they've climaxed.
And how many times have you done this, Ryan Hoppe?
Maybe 6?
6 times? Is that how many times you've had sex?
Approximately, yeah.
Yes, I love it. Look at you.
Look at me glowing with my smile.
I know, look at you. You're just like, 6? It's been 6 women. Can you name their names?
Okay, I lost my V card to a 48-year-old MILF who was a fan of the show in Cleveland.
Wow.
And, dude, she went south of the border on me, and she went up and down for maybe not 20 minutes, but she lost breath.
Wow.
She's just
When
going
you say
at
she,
it.
wait, hold on. I think you got to read between the lines with everything. When you say that she lost breath when she was doing it, are you saying that you have a very long member, Ryan Hoppe? Because
Maybe.
you're saying, because this is what you're communicating to me. When you say that you have a long one, that means that it went down her throat and that she couldn't breathe and she didn't know how to breathe out of her nose like you're supposed to when you do that sort of thing. How big is it?
You guys would like it.
Wait, so because how tall are you?
6'8".
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
girls say they like to play with it, and then things happen. And what's weird is I never thought it was that good. I thought it was average, but every girl I've been with, they're like, I like it. I'm like, thank you.
Okay, well, look at you. Well, I mean, it's if you're 6'8", I'm assuming it's proportional to your body. So it's, yeah.
Yeah. It's not Shaq. I mean, it can, like, break a vagina, but it's good.
Have you ever had a girl say, ooh, that's too much. That's too uncomfortable?
I've had a girl when I was having sex with her, I was way too aggressive when I was on top. And the thing is, I'm not in great shape. I'm in good shape, but I'm not ripped where it's like a six-pack. But I sort of forget how big my upper body is. So when I was like having sex with her on top, I gave her a few bruises and I felt bad.
Bruises? Wait, on like her chest, on her neck, on her vagina?
No, sort of like on her arm, but she's okay.
Oh, what are you, slapping her around?
No, I'm on top, just shaking the bed.
Just going at it,
Yeah.
going. Yeah, see, here's the thing with guys. You have to remember, girls, it's not just because a lot of guys, like, because you're what, 22, 3?
Yeah.
22. You look at porn and you think that girls just want to. Just think if someone did that to your butthole, you would die. And just because it's a vagina doesn't mean, and you see it on porn, doesn't mean that they want that to happen to their vagina.
Yeah, they want it more slow.
Exactly. They want it to be sensual. You have to create the illusion in their head, and then you slowly get to that. And then once you get them worked up, then you can go to town, but you can't just go in.
What do you like, nice and slow, or get to Pound Town?
Get to I love how you said it with a smirk on your face. Get to Pound Town. It's different every time, Ryan Hoppe. It's different every time.
What do you guys do? Do you guys put on some music, get some whipped cream?
Actually, I'm really curious. What do you think two gay guys get into before they get into it in the bedroom?
Well, let's see. If you guys had sex, let's say 2 days ago, you guys are watching NBC, you're doing prep for the show, and you're watching Grease Live, and there's some show or some song in it that turns you on, and you lean over, and you guys just begin making out, and I don't want to keep doing this because I'm getting kind of creeped out, breaking it down, but then...
No. Listen, if I
bad
can describe
boy.
how you have sex, you can describe how I have sex. I'm curious.
Listen, bad boy, I know you have a radio show in the morning, but I have needs. And Miguel goes, I can fulfill those needs. And then you guys go to Pound Town while playing Madonna.
Wait, so do you think that we turned off Grease in order to listen to Madonna while we did it, or did we have both going on, while we were doing it to get the gay
You have
going?
both going on. I don't know. I feel like you guys just don't know what you're doing. I feel like half the time you just are like, okay, let's have sex. Like it just comes out of nowhere. Like
Right.
You'll be doing the dishes and he begins touching you and you're like, all right, let's do it. But then times when he wants to have sex, Miguel, you're like, oh my God, I have to do prep for the interview tomorrow.
I would like to backtrack for a second and just ask who has ever been turned on by a beauty school dropout. Like, when has that ever, gay,
I've
straight,
never
or
seen it.
otherwise, when has that ever happened?
I've never seen a musical. I just saw maybe that's what you guys were into. West Side, Tale, whatever, any of those.
No, into modern musicals, but not like that's more Holly. Do you like Grease?
I do, actually. I know all the words.
West Side
I don't
Story.
know.
Do you know all the words to that?
No, that's the one with Tony and Maria.
Yeah,
That's all I know. That's it.
that's more than I know. I just assumed because I know it's Italians.
The one I've seen is The Sound of Music. That's it. That's all I've ever seen for a musical.
The hills are alive. No, I will tell you that gay sex most of the time has to be planned out. It is not a
That actually makes sense. You
random-
guys can't go to Taco Bell before.
No, you can't be like, well, we're going to go to Taco Tuesday, and then you have to plan out your day around it. Or sometimes you don't. Some people, I don't want to get too crazy.
Have you ever had it where there's been an accident?
I haven't. I have been with someone who they had an accident, and I was like, but listen, when you're having sex in the butt, gay, straight, it's sex in the butt, and like shit's gonna happen, literally and figuratively. And so like you can't get crazy. Like I have a friend who I got pissed at. I'm trying to think what friend was it. I don't even remember who it was, but I got so mad at them Oh, well, I won't say their name. But I got mad at them because he said that a few years ago he was hooking up with the guy and that this awful smell started to sort of come over the room.
No pun intended.
Exactly. And so then he turned the light on, and then all of a sudden there was crap everywhere. And he threw the guy out of the house, and I was like, fuck you. Like, that's really rude of you to do that because you are pounding his asshole out, and, like, shit is going to happen sometimes. And especially after you've been drinking and you meet at the club like that, that's rude.
I think this is why gay sex turns me off so much is I don't even like thinking about girls taking a shit, so I can't even imagine like doing any type of backdoor action just because that's a zone that grosses me out.
This new girl that you're into, if she asked you to lick her butt, would you do it?
If it was clean, yeah.
And like it's a deal breaker. Like she said, if you don't lick my butt, we can't be together.
Yeah, I mean, it's different though.
Why? Wait, why is it different?
Because it would have to be clean. I don't know. That's like me saying one thing and then saying another. It really depends. I don't know. It's just that area doesn't appease me. It doesn't make me turned on.
I mean, I will tell you, me sitting here in this room and it smells kind of musty and it's like sweaty. I'm not thinking, ooh, you know what sounds really good right now? A butthole. Yes. That sounds amazing to me right now. That's not what's going through my mind. You have to be in the mood. So, of course, you sitting here, you know, looking at two gay guys, you're not like, ooh, can't wait to lick her butt. You know, it's going to be when you're in the mood and you're like, you know, touching each other, feeling it, and she starts to rise her butt up, and she says, just go a little further.
That's a good point. I just can't imagine licking one right now, looking at Miguel and your good-looking boyfriend.
Of course.
Dave Franco. My God, do you look just like Dave Franco?
No, that is true, yeah.
That's a good thing. I look like Sloth from the Goonies, so I have that going for me.
No, you've been looking very good these days, Ryan. I'm very proud of you.
In what way? What have you noticed, Miguel?
You've got your hair cut. You've got some better fitting clothes because when you got here, you were looking like a little bit of a hot mess. You got a nice haircut.
Oh, speaking of that, I take meds for ADD,
okay,
ADHD, and bipolar, and I'm very open about it. In the first 2 months, I wasn't taking any of my meds.
Oh,
so that's why I was a nervous wreck. But now I'm better than ever.
Okay.
I've dropped the pimp and turned up crap.
Good.
And now I'm being myself.
Good.
Now I'm better than ever, Miguel Fuller.
That's good. That's the best way. That I will tell you, the moment in my, not even just in my professional life,
yeah,
but in my personal life, I started to just be true to who I am.
You have to be. You can't be some fake radio DJ.
Exactly. That's when you succeed. And that's why I feel like my show has done well in the past and why we are steadily growing in Tampa Bay, because at the end of the day, Holly, myself, and producer Jared, we're just ourselves. I'm not ever trying to be someone I'm not. I'll never do that.
I feel like you guys have such a show that's so diverse that it works perfectly. You have like Jared, who can get some of the guys to listen. He's into wrestling and sports. And then you have the listeners for the girls and the females. And then for you, it's the gay community. I feel like it's the perfect setup for a show.
Well, I've always been a big believer that in a morning show, you should have people that come from different walks of life. You put them in a room and you say, talk about life. And that's where you get differing opinions and you get interesting conversation.
And it just sounds like a new format. It doesn't sound like the same old, let's talk about Kim Kardashian, let's do this or that.
I mean, and we do that. We do talk about that.
It sounds different, though. It sounds a little more natural.
Well, and I
think it's because you guys are friends. A lot of these shows, they're just forced, make magic work, but you guys are friends.
Well, in the way that our formula has always been is that when we talk about celebrity stuff, local stuff, we always relate it back to the Tampa Bay listener or ourselves. And that's why a lot of times when we talk about Kim Kardashian, it'll turn into a story about a person Holly's dated in that same segment. And we don't like to just do, because there are some morning shows where, they just take the headlines and say, oh, Kim Kardashian got mad at Kanye West for tweeting back to Amber Rose. Taylor Swift is mad at Harry Styles. And that's it. And it's like, well, you can get that from anywhere. But what's your personal spin?
Take the approach to talk about them. Like, why do you guys have to talk about Kim? Like, I feel like it's not necessary. I mean, I know it's the thing to talk about, but just the thought of them makes me want to vomit.
Okay, First off, you have to, and this is getting like super inside radio, but you are a 22-year-old male. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my super hyper demographic is a woman 18 to 34.
That's a good point.
Exactly. And then within that, why do we talk about Kim
much.
Kardashian? Listen, I hate talking about Kim Kardashian. One time on my show last year, I put a week-long ban on talking about Kim Kardashian.
It's a whore.
But here's the thing. My job is not to pick what I'm interested in.
Yes.
My job is to talk about what everyone else is talking about and then to put our spin on it. So if everyone, like that would be such a disservice to my listeners if Monday morning when everyone on Facebook was talking about the Amber Rose tweet to Kanye West and about how she said, fingers in your asshole, bitch, or whatever. And if I were like, well, fuck that. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about how I did something this weekend. My listeners who didn't see that on Facebook then went into work and everyone was talking about it, they'd be like, well, why didn't Miguel and Holly tell me what was going on?
I think that tweet made her look worse, and it didn't make him look that bad. It makes her look like she just sleeps around. I love how that was some big comeback. Oh, you liked when I put a finger in your ass. Wow.
No, not at all. I disagree. I think that for Amber Rose, she literally gives zero fucks. I mean, she's the person that held, I think, the slut walk in L.A. She did this whole viral video about how you should be proud of your walk of shame. Now, why is that gross? Because if a man did it, it would be okay.
It's gross if a man does it. I hate frats that brag about banging girls and have these fantasy leagues. I don't judge anybody ever if they sleep around or they have sex a lot, but I hate when you brag about it and you try to be something that you're not. Like the dudes that bang girls are overcompensating because their dad never gave a shit about them. The girls that are sleeping around and are doing these slub walks aren't really happy they're doing it, or they're not happy they're in porn,
right?
Or they're not happy that they're doing sex for money. They're doing it because it goes down to what happened with your parents. I believe that truly.
I see where you're coming from, and I have been where you've been, and it's so interesting to me as you get older and you sort of get to know people, or you get to know life more, and you start to realize that people make decisions for different things. And yes, there are a lot of people who would be self-proclaimed sluts or into adult industry, but then you realize that I know people who do that sort of thing for money or just because they really enjoy sex. And
I don't believe that at all. I think people like maybe Lisa Ann or James Dean, those porn girls that make money and do books, I think they're into it. But the everyday cam girl or the porn people that aren't as famous, come on, they're not happy. Come on, the people from the Bunny Ranch can't really be enjoying riding all day long. No pun intended.
Oh dear. I don't think that, like, you can't make a broad statement for any of those people.
I know. It's just me being opinionated.
And I understand that, but you can't say that all people are one way or another. I think that you have people that, yes, maybe have mommy, daddy issues. I also I've met people in my life that truly just enjoy sex. Or I've met people that are like, listen, I'm in a shitty situation right now. I have no other option, and this is the easiest way for me to make money. And you know what? Who the fuck am I to judge you? Why am I?
I know. I'm not judging. I'm just saying.
And I mean, and that's why I say that, like with Amber Rose, if she wants to talk about putting her fingers in Kanye West's butthole, girl, let her. She won that one.
I'm not judging her. I'm just saying she needs to be real with herself. It's annoying.
I think she is being real with herself. I think because there is so much shame put on women, and yes, maybe you agree that you don't like that men do it, but in our culture, because I've seen it happen, where if I go on the radio and I talk about a hookup, then it's like, oh, Miguel, you so crazy, you had a hookup. But I promise you, if Holly talked about after her divorce hooking up with the guy, one person would email and be like,
well, that's a dirtbag.
That's a slut. That's slut. How dare she talk about stuff like that on the radio? I'm offended that she would talk about that.
Well, everyone's offended. We're all pussies. We can't take anything. We all try to be something that we're not. We're all outraged.
No, it's true. It's true. And so I think that Amber Rose, I think it was brilliant, the tweet that she sent out about Kanye West. But I think, going back to what I said originally, we have to talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, there are some things that I'm just like, all right, like.
What do you not talk about?
I'm trying to think of what's a story that we've passed over. Anything that's like, because my show, we have moments where we will get into topics that aren't so light and friendly. Like, we'll go somewhere that it's a little bit dark. But if it's something like politics, I try to stay away from.
Oh, there's no reason to talk about that. We are screwed. I don't like anybody that's running. Oh, my God. It scares me, Miguel. I'm actually scared.
You know what? Honestly, after being through, I think, 3 or 4 presidential elections since I was 18, I literally, about a month ago, I said I'm no longer talking about politics with people. Because I used to be so into it, and I at one point wanted to run for president, but I have never in all my years, because I'm so old, I've never had a conversation where a person changed their mind about politics. And so I'm like, you know what? I'd rather not talk about it. You believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. And hopefully, I just hope you vote.
I just don't know why we have such a bad choice. Like, I'm not saying Obama's a great president. I'm not going to get into an argument or a discussion because I'll probably lose it, but I think he's a decent president. I vote Democrat for gay rights, abortion rights, because I don't like people like Rubio or Rand Paul. I fucking hate Ted Cruz. He makes me sick. Yeah, looking at his face makes me want to vomit and jump off the Howard Franklin.
Oh,
dirtbag.
Oh my God, that was some anger right there. I mean, clearly, you know, I'm a African American gay male, so I mean, you know where my political affiliation probably lands. But
why is it just Bernie Sanders and Hillary? We can't find anybody better. Biden should have ran. I fucking hate Hillary.
Why do you hate Hillary?
She just seems like. Have you seen the show The Simpsons? Obviously, she's the female version of Burns. She's a corrupt bitch.
Why do you think she's corrupt?
I don't like everything that happened with Benghazi. See, this is why I don't talk about it. I try to get into it. I don't trust MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. I don't know where to get my news. But the fact that she's been linked to those emails, there's something there. It's not just like some rumor that got thrown out.
Right.
And she just seems like she wants to do it for the power. At least Bernie seems like the crazy old man at the end of the block who just screams out ideas that could work.
Right.
Clinton just seems like she wants that trip of I'm the president, I'm the first female. I don't get any good vibes that she cares about any of us.
Here's what I'll say is that forget how you feel. You need to I don't think that any one person, even someone like Ted Cruz who believes that, you know, my love and my appreciation of my boyfriend Daniel is not valid and we shouldn't be able to get married,
which
is disgusting. I think that everybody who's running for president wants us to be a great nation. We all just believe that we should get there in a different way. I think that people should actually not look at like, well, this person was linked to this and he's done this and he said this. Go look on their websites and see what do they stand for. Then do some Googling. What have they voted for if they've been in Congress or if they were a governor? What laws did they pass? And make your decision on that. Don't make your decision based on, well, I've heard that they've done this and I've heard that they've done that. Because all of those politicians have huge political machines trying to make you feel a certain way about someone.
What if Trump were to be president? How bad would that be?
I think that I hope and pray that he would have the wisdom to not be as brash and outlandish as president, because you have to have a certain reverence when you are in that position, because every word that you say, every thought that you speak has a repercussion and has a ripple effect. And so you just can't go shouting out at the mouth and just say this and then it could have effect. You have to be very thoughtful and methodical about what you say.
Here's what Jim Norton said in my interview that was perfectly said. He's good at speaking his mind. He's good at saying what we all think, but he doesn't show much compassion. Like if there was a school shooting or we were to be attacked or there'd be another like hurricane, I just don't see him being like Obama or Bush where they try to be relatable. I just can't imagine him trying to deal with a situation like that.
I mean, I would hope that he would rise to the occasion in that moment and not be an insensitive prick, but time will only tell.
I never liked him. I didn't like The Apprentice. I never liked him on TV. I just always thought he was such a blowhard. Kind of like a shock jock that tries too hard. He's so obnoxious, dude.
But unfortunately, he's giving voice to a lot of people that feel very angry, that feel very dissatisfied, who are very conservative and who don't like the way, like Hitler, who feel like the country has not been going the way that they don't feel like we're getting to America utopia the way that their morals and values are attached to.
Now, before I let you go,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think of Obama? I think he's been a game manager, like a point guard who doesn't come in and score a lot, but just sort of keeps things on pace and loses games and wins games. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I know you don't watch much sports.
No.
Just someone who's a backup. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not going to be a Hall of Famer. He's not going to be an all-time great, but he just kind of did as much as he could.
Here's what I look at. When he came into office, it was 2008. I was a year out of college. Gas prices were high. No one could find a job.
Yeah.
Rent was sky high. And everything just looked really grim and shitty. I can fill my tank up for about $19 right now. I have a fucking awesome paying job right now. All of my friends that are, in between jobs, they're able to find them quickly. All the barometers of, the day-to-day living are good. So I think he's done a great job.
Who would you vote for? If it was Trump or Clinton, would you actually vote for Clinton?
I'd vote for Clinton because the fact that Trump just said that he would try to appoint justices to overturn the gay marriage thing.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Enough of that.
Yes.
Who cares if two people that love each other want to have butt sex and a ring on their finger? God damn it. Enough of that. We have so many issues. Who cares if you two would get married someday and bang each other in the ass all day? Who cares?
It
drives me insane. Same thing with weed and abortion. That's
Right.
their vagina. They can do what they want. That's anybody smoking weed. Enough of. Oh my God. I hate that, dude.
So that's why I say don't ignore all the stuff that people say. Look at what they believe and look at how they voted and what decisions they've made and base your voting decision on that.
You never get to talk about that on your show, but how pumped are you that we just had a deep discussion?
That was actually, I'll plug my podcast. We do talk about stuff like that on the Miguel Show Uncensored that you can find.
Ooh,
on
sounds dirty.
It's very dirty.
Oh, yeah.
On the Hot 1015 app, and I think we do it every Tuesday.
Have your bosses or anybody here ever been mad at that content or no?
No, not at all. Everyone, I tell you what, when I got here almost a year ago, everyone was like, "Oh my God, Cox Media is so great! Like you will never want to leave." And I was like, "Okay, well, after 3 weeks, a month, you'll see the cracks, and people will be like, I hate this place." Literally,
I love this place.
I've worked at 4 different radio companies. This is my 5th. This is the best.
I love this company. They're very supportive. They care about talent. They care about trying to grow talent, and they don't syndicate shows that just copy each other. I appreciate that.
And they have a pension plan. Praise God. Who has a
I don't know
pension
about
plan?
that yet. So
oh, you just
don't
wait until you're
brag.
full time. Yeah, girl. Bye. I have my pension and my 401k, bitch. Yes. There's your gay, okay?
Before I let you go, where can people hear your gay show?
My gay show, The Miguel Gay Show. You can hear The Miguel Show. It's heard weekday mornings on the new Hot 1015.
With Holly and Nervous Jared.
All the hits, fewer commercials with Holly O'Connor and Nervous Jared, but we call him Producer Jared.
Okay.
We call him Producer Jared over there. Yeah, it's 100.5 or the Hot 1015 app.
No, it's 101.5. You said 100.5.
Did I really? 101.5.
Well, look at you,
know
radio
why?
superstar.
It's 7:23. I haven't had dinner.
Yeah.
I've been up since 3:45.
I appreciate
I have
you
butt
coming
sex
on.
to get to. Do you see this beautiful looking man over here? We have butt. Who do you think's gonna do who later?
You are going to bang him out hard.
I'll
You're going to bang him out so hard that you are going to fall asleep and faint.
Okay. I'll let your imagination go with that one.
Well, Miguel, I think this interview was less robotic because I don't know if you remember. You would be talking, and I'm like, what do I ask next? What do I ask next? This was us talking about everything legit.
Yeah, you've done a great job. I see why you were voted as the best podcast of Tampa Bay.
Next year, you will be voted as best top 40 morning show.
No, it's only best radio personality, and I'm sure Mike Halter will win. That's fine. Just give me 3 more years. 3 more years.
Sounds good. Keep up the good work, and very soon you will be the gay king of Tampa.
A lot of dicks to suck. Okay, thank you.
This has been Hoppe Hour. Bye, Miguel.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia, whatever they say.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.